Hey everyone, this is Zach from Sorry Scout, and I want to talk to you about our Rock for Tots show coming up on January 11th at the Ready Room. We'll be playing with Whiskey and Thunder as well as Space Trucker to raise money for Play It Forward. Play It Forward is a St. Louis-based program whose mission is to ensure each child in St. Louis is provided with the opportunity to discover their musical talents through musical instrument donations, contributions to local school music departments, and local promotion of youth music arts via shows and events. Tickets are on sale now and will be available at the door for $12. However, if you donate a musical instrument at the door, your admission is free. Hope to see you there.
Hey everybody, Shane Presley here, Rock Paper Podcast. Let me tell you about a big exciting show I have coming up on January 14th. Singer-songwriter storytelling showcase, kicking off your 2020 in proper fashion. I've got Chris Kurd of the Hush List, Lisa Houdet of Le Pons, and Ethan Jones join us out there. This will be a whole lot of fun. If you haven't been out yet, this is an intimate singer-songwriter storytelling showcase in a listening room setting. It's $10 at the door, 7 o'clock start, and a whole lot of fun. So join us at Naked Vine in Chesterfield on Tuesday, January 14th. You can feel free to bring your own food and enjoy dinner and a show out there with us. If you haven't been out to Naked Vine, it's really this neat little hidden gym out there in Chesterfield. Live music Thursday through Saturday. You can swing by this week and see Les Scruff and the Billy Goat there on December 27th. And Diesel Island will be there on Saturday, December 28th. You can find everything else at nakedvine.net. Be sure to follow along on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram as well. They've got all kinds of your favorite beer, wine, whiskey, and tequila. So swing by and visit them. Again, Chesterfield, Missouri. Also want to let you know about Roughneck Beard Company, my newest sponsor. I'm very happy to have them aboard. That's Roughneck Beard Company and American Rambler, both located in Maplewood, Missouri, right on Manchester. Swing by their shop and pick up all your beard and grooming products. I've been using their beard oil and really enjoying it. It smells great, and so you can check it out. They got all kinds of wonderful products, or you can shop online 24/7 at roughneckbeardcompany.com and enter my code RPP15 for an exclusive 15% off during your checkout. So check out Roughneck Beard Company. You can also find them on Facebook and Instagram. And I also want to say thank you to Heil Sound. I'm recording this intro today on my Heil microphone. Been loving it. And I think you will too. Visit heilsound.com today. That's about it for me, folks. I'm out of here. I just want to say thank you all for listening. Hope you are having a great day and have a wonderful new year. If you would like to reach me, you can feel free to email me at rockpaperpodcast@gmail.com. I would love to hear from you. Let me know what you're listening to. If you have any tips or suggestions or a guest you'd like to hear on the show, if you'd like a shirt or hat or anything, let me know. But enjoy this episode. Sit back, relax, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks, everybody.
A podcast is kind of like it's like a radio show that's not on the radio. It's on the internet. Does that make sense? Uh-huh. Yeah. That's also like my mom. It makes it sound more confusing, doesn't it? It sounds like this.
This is Brother Francis, and you're listening to Rock Paper Podcast.
Rock Paper Podcast.
This is beat paper, paper covers rock. Rock beats is the Shane covers non-stop. Never know what new kind of guest that he's got coming at you. Live and direct on the spot. Could be rock, folk, country, or hip-hop, jazz. All kind of folks that he has. Could be an artist or a comedian to make you laugh on the
Rock Paper Podcast.
double-decker fudge round, rolling round town. Shane coming at you live and direct from ground zero. He's your hero, he's your bestie. Rock Paper Podcast with Shane Presley.
Rock Paper Podcast.
Hey everybody, Shane Presley here, Rock Paper Podcast, coming to you from St. Louis, Missouri, hanging out today with Brother Francis and the Soultones.
Hey.
Well, some of the Soultones.
Yeah, I think when we do this before, it's Bro Fran and the Lone Tone.
The Lone Tone, there you go.
That's you catch our duo act around town.
Right on.
Totally. Yeah. Unfortunately, the other Soultones couldn't make it tonight, but we're sending. They send their regards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm glad that this worked out though. Like, cause this was sort of a reschedule. We kind of had a little bit of mess with the snow this week, but we made it work today. We're here and getting to hang, and we got a lot of things to talk about. It's been a minute since we last did one of these, so we got a whole lot to talk about for sure with the new record and a lot of big shows. And
Yeah. We had some fun shows last year, and we put out the What Is Romance album, which is that was really fun putting that together. It was a really good learning experience too.
what was the official release on the record?
That was May.
May.
Gotta go back in the calendar here, and these days are.
But like I said, I forget.
May.
Time flies when you're having fun, right, guys?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we released it a minute ago, so it's been out for a while.
It was May 11th, I think.
That was
I think it was May 11th.
Yeah.
The second Saturday, because we were doing the second Saturdays at Venice Cafe, and we always do the album releases there so far. So it's like our home bar.
Sure.
You know?
I just pulled it up. It was June 26th, 2018. That was our last appearance on the show.
Oh, jeez.
So yeah. Well, that's what. Let's say that was when. Yeah, it's been a while since we hung out. So yeah, I'm glad.
That was when we put out our EP.
Yeah,
I think. Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Man, that was years ago.
But yeah, we got the What Is Romance available digitally everywhere. Are we doing physicals? Are those available?
Yeah, we will be printing off more copies, but next few shows you catch us, we won't have them yet. But we're gonna be printing off some more that we can take with us to shows. But yeah, it's available online. Pretty much all the streaming services you can find it. It's pretty. It should be pretty easy to find. I think if you search Brother Francis and the Soultones, you'll get us, and then you also get the Catholic program, which is Brother Francis, which happens. Yeah, that's the only other conflict as far as like other names that you might find. So just know that we're totally not a Catholic band.
I mean, we could be kind of.
I mean, maybe. I don't know.
Depends on your perception.
Depends on
things.
I'm open. Like I could change. Maybe I'll go back
We're
to
like
the church.
chameleons, you know.
Sure.
Just blend wherever we need.
Totally.
That I just listened to the whole thing on the way down here and like really enjoyed it though. Like I mean, I've listened to it a couple of times through, but listen, just I always like to kind of get in the right mind frame so I have like a good 45-minute drive down here. So it was got to listen to almost the whole record and really enjoyed it. And speaking of this week and stuff, I got to see you guys just Thursday night at Venice, which was a wild night for sure over there.
Oh,
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun to walk in and just see so many of my favorite people in the room, and it was a packed house, and it was just a lot of fun. Like,
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
It's a good night when like people are handing you a tiny mushroom. That's a great night. But yeah, definitely wild night for sure. And like lots of people came out, and it was great to see a bunch of just awesome St. Louis musicians coming out.
Yeah,
And
Jackson Stokes was tearing the house down too. It was a blast.
Yeah.
That was our first time getting to do a show with him. It was a lot of fun. So hopefully we'll have more shows like that in the future too.
yeah.
Paul
It's always a good time at Venice Cafe.
Paul Bracken's just about brought the whole place down with that bass solo.
Oh man, I'm still rearranging my face, honestly. Putting it back together piece by piece.
Right.
Reevaluating
Reconstruct.
everything with life.
Reevaluate, reconstruct. Go from there.
Oh yeah.
That was it was a really good time, and I decided, excuse me, I walked in kind of late. I was doing a podcast also, and I walked in, and I was like, I figured I'd probably at least be able to see maybe an hour or something, catch like last set, or something, and then but then you guys kept the party going all night. Like it was like 1 a.m. before we got out of there or something like that. It was
yeah.
So it was cool to see you guys. The people were digging it. Everybody stuck around. You all just kept playing, and it was fun.
Yeah, I had to open up the coffee shop the next day, so I had to get to work at 6:30. Yeah, but definitely, I mean, like the people were there and enjoying it. I don't want to stop.
Right.
I don't care about 4 hours of sleep if it's gonna mean another hour of like doing the thing I love with the people I love.
Did you even get 4 hours with that mushroom kicking in? And
yeah. Oh yeah. Well, okay. So here's the deal: is that I didn't want to disappoint, so I kind of like faked it, like you do. So I just put it up there, and then I just kind of took it away. I put it on the table.
Save that
back.
for later.
Yeah, save it for later.
We
Sorry, by the way, to the person who gave me that. If they're out there, I'm sorry I didn't eat it, but I couldn't. You gotta understand.
Yeah, it's nothing personal. It's
nothing
just business.
Yeah, gotta work the next morning.
Yeah, what I thought was really fun that night too. I don't know. You guys were obviously you do a lot of improvising as a band, but there was like that whole interaction you guys were doing about being paranoid and Epstein or something and all this stuff.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. We went there.
Was that all? Like none of that was planned at all, or how'd that come about?
Not the Epstein stuff.
I planned that out in the car earlier that day.
Francis always has his own plans. We just hear about him at the show.
Dubious. Dubious.
We're just along for the ride.
I just wanted to capture this cultural moment, which is the Epstein meme, and just like the whole country not believing a narrative together.
Right.
It's kind of a rare thing. So I don't know. I wanted to capture that.
Well, it was a ton of fun watching you all do it. Like I said, just the interaction, especially between you two, like as you were like, as Jake kept saying, oh no, I don't. I think you're just being paranoid, man. Like you just kept egging it on and stuff. And like anyway, as a fan and then a friend, I really enjoyed it. It was just highly entertaining. So
cool.
I'm glad. That's what we strive for. To have as much fun as possible. And I really like the idea of like when you put on a show, it's a show. So like putting theatrics involved and trying to engage the crowd as much as possible. And so those are just fun little ways like those. Little dance moves, just a simple like side step to the left and to the right. It's amazing how much people just love that stuff, and it's fun to play and do.
The guitar, the when you all mirror each other with the guitars, you do like the,
oh yeah, they ain't giving
different moves,
the synchronized guitar movements,
right?
Yeah,
I mean,
totally.
ZZ Top's been doing that stuff for years, and it worked well for them. All the different guitar moves like that, and things. But that's the thing, just like those little moments, just like little things like that, just like totally make it a show. Not just you're playing music, you make it a performance and stuff. So
I don't know. I really like. I love playing music with these dudes, and like Jacob and I have kind of just made up these things at shows, kind of in the moment. Yeah. But like I mean, I can only imagine like moving forward if we like really plan some stuff out and like really develop some like. I don't know, like, I don't want to say like really intense choreography because neither of us are like dancers or like dance instructors, but like
we're gonna get a dance studio
2020
one day in the near future and just lock ourselves in there for a good month and really develop some like solid I want some superstar
saucy,
type of moves,
saucy moves.
Really
bring
investing in a glitter cannon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Good start.
The ideal projected future is like a big show,
Yeah.
It's gonna take money, of course. So we're working on ideas to maybe create like a Patreon page, because if we could have like all the money to do this stuff, man, things we would do.
Yeah.
We're not too proud to avoid crowdfunding. Well, we will happily. We would love some help. trying to develop some of these ideas. But yeah, we'll be announcing stuff for that shortly.
Yeah, I think that would be a ton of fun, especially glitter cannon.
I mean, who doesn't like a good glitter cannon?
Sure.
You know, sparkly, it'll stay in your hair forever.
But yeah, I don't know. It's definitely just like having a great time. Having a great time makes, I don't know. It makes the music sound better for me. Like if I'm in a good mood, if I'm enjoying myself, I feel like I'm more confident when I'm playing, and
sure.
And that makes a big difference.
Well,
so it helps playing with these dudes.
Yeah, well, it's infectious. I mean, you see you guys having fun up on stage, and we have fun out in the crowd too. So like, yeah. It's a good time for sure.
Yeah.
So
it's like a game of ping pong, you know. It's like we serve it, and then if the crowd like serves it back, then you just have this engaging game going on where it's like a cross of energies, and then we all collide into this big energy field, and it's just it's like a bubble of just pure euphoria.
Right. I like that you guys as you've developed the sound and things, and even on this record, there are moments like where. Like the instrumentals drop out and you guys do like a cappella, kind of like sing along moments and different things, kind of call and response type of stuff in the music. And so like it's fun hearing those moments on the record, but that and then watching it being performed live too, like where you actually have that crowd participation like that. So.
Yeah.
But anyway, sounded really good, and it was like I said, it was a really good time. So, big shout out to Venice Cafe. But you guys will be back there every first Saturday and third Thursdays, right? That's coming up.
That's correct. First Saturdays, and then the third Thursday won't be the whole band. It'll be Jacob and I doing a duo thing, okay. And I don't know. Throughout the year, we'll probably be inviting some other people to come up and play. I think we want to keep it kind of open as far as like if people want to come up and sit in, like we would really love that. Try and make it collaborative. But yeah, I mean, first Saturday, full band will be there. We'll be playing 4 hours, we're gonna take some breaks, but 4 hours straight seems like a little much. But yeah, come up. If you haven't been coming out to the shows up at Venice, if you haven't made it out to one, please make it out to one. That's like where we thrive. I feel like it feels like home, and I don't know, it's just nice. It's nice to play there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's I think so we mentioned the record here. Let's talk about this. This is a sort of you guys are kind of pushing as the single. This is called On the Table, and if anybody's been following along, you guys just dropped a brand new music video for this week. So that is also available on the YouTube channel. And big shout out to Neil C. Luke and James Jackson, right? Those guys helped you out with that?
Yeah, they came out. We did a show at Venice Cafe, and we kind of made an event page for it to let all of our fans know that we'd love to include them in this video. And it was a great night. We had full house. Everybody was singing along. It was a lot of fun to do. And then me and Francis did some filming outside. Like I did a couple, like filming him at the park and in this house, and
get to show off some more of those dance moves.
Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah, he's even got some push-ups in there too. He was really strutting it.
You gotta. If you want to see the push-ups, you gotta watch the whole thing. That's kind of towards the end. But yeah, we tried to have fun with it. I mean, just like I don't know. I mean, can't take ourselves too seriously in this life, and like. I don't know. Some of the some of the subject matter in these songs is really personal, and like it says something about maybe like an aspect of life that was heavy for me for a while. Like normally it's a way of processing things that have happened in the past. So like it's a little heavy, but then also like it's not. It's because I'm like kind of letting go of these things with these songs, and like. I don't know if anybody else has experienced like feelings like that. Hopefully it helps them. Like I'm not alone. Someone else out there might feel those feelings too. But it helps to laugh too. And so we try to make it a little funny. I don't know, like it's just kind of the video's a little silly. It's a little goofy. There's some parts that are like, oh really? I mean, like come on. But like I don't know. I love it for that. I think it's endearing. It's like. lo-fi and kind of hi-fi at the same time.
Yeah, it's like a little mix of both. James Jackson and Neil C. Luke did a great job. I mean, they
their
had
footage is
nice
great.
cameras and everything. I just used an iPhone for the other parts of it that aren't in Venice Cafe. So you kind of see like the granular differences between the qualities, but it's fun how it all mixes together.
Yeah, well, I agree. It's kind of it's fun in the sense that like the performance parts, you know, in high quality, but like it's almost like it is not like a. I imagine like, you know, it's like I feel like a cell phone camera, you know, like I like that feel of it because it is like the bouncing back and forth, because like as you started the video, as you're like as Francis is leaving out the door, you know, and stuff, so it's like it's like the other person, you know, as you're watching it, but it's like the other person in the relationship or whatever it is or something, you know, whoever is part of the other person in the video and stuff.
Right,
so, right. So anyway,
timing it with the keys too, and because we use in the studio, I think we're always just being a little goofy when we do stuff. I feel like, because in the studio we were like, oh yeah, let's get some keys going, and then like start the engine and have the car drive away, and like so we use like some stock noises for that, and so then we're like, well, in the video we gotta emulate it,
right?
And so we had like, you know, we were shooting, and I had to time jingling the keys and having it visible for the camera, and then like, you know, starting the car at the right time.
I think we did a real good job of it too.
Yeah, that was the best syncing that we did, I feel like, was just the keys and stuff. Like my vocals were off, like for sure. Like if you watch this video, you'll see, oh yeah, it's lip synced to the performance. Like it's clearly lip synced, which is kind of funny.
Don't tell them that, Francis.
Oh no, the public deserves to know the truth. All right, good night. I'll see you later. Anyway, it's getting late. I really should be on my way. I'd love to stay and talk with you some more, but to wait a night, oh, the morning comes, and the kiss you left me with is resting on my lips. A taste so sweet, how could I forget? And to wait a night, you know I'd really like to talk about the love that you left on my table. You know I'd really like to talk about the love that you left on my table. I got a heavy heart. And the minute that you come around,
surprise? Is it any wonder, baby? Can't you tell by the look in my eyes? You keep my soul from going under. And truth be told, we're not getting any younger. You fill this life with such wonder. Oh, won't you turn the page and find that only you could change my mind, baby. And only you could do, yeah. Only you could change my mind, baby. And only you, only you, only you could change my mind, baby. And only you could do, baby. You keep my soul from going under. And truth be told, we're not getting any younger. Won't you turn the page and find? Won't you turn the page and find? Only you can change my mind. Only you could do. And only you could change my mind, baby. And truth be told, we're not getting any younger. Won't you turn the page and find?
But yeah, shout out to Fat Buddha Studios though too, because that was this record that we released was our first time as a band recording in a studio, like a legit awesome studio. Couldn't have been happier with the outcome of it all. It was everybody there was a pleasure to work with, and
Ross Vanderslice killing it.
yeah,
Yeah, the record sounds huge. Like it's just like it's very rich and just very well done, guys. So it was I really enjoy these recordings, even just listening in my car and stuff and through my phone and things through Spotify or stuff. But so hopefully
Thanks, Shane.
I was really really proud of you. So thank you for sharing all these with us. But is there any particular story behind? I mean, you talk about a lot of this being personal stuff, but is there anything behind on the table that you wanted to share with us, or is there any particular story in studio recording this or anything besides the making creating the scene with the car and keys and everything? But,
yeah, that was just a random spontaneous piece of fun. Ross was just like, I have these cool sounds, and I think we were just like imagining like driving away after you. It's like, all right.
yeah.
I guess, I don't know. As far as like a story with the song, I mean, I feel like I've in the past and even now a little bit, but like it's been hard for me to like, tell people how I feel.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's kind of where a lot of the lyrics come from. Just like the sense of like really wanting to say, but being just like insecure or afraid. And so in that way, it's both that, and then it's kind of like a celebration of overcoming that, like finding someone who really just like turns things around for you. Like it's kind of crazy how like one person can like just by caring, I think is like how they can almost make you care more, like help you turn shit around like that.
I totally get it, man. Like I just said it the other day. I've talked about it on times on the show, but it's like obviously it's, we all go through our own struggles, and it's like, but there's been times doing this show I've been like, why am I doing this? Why do I, just start getting down, you start getting burnt out, and you're like, and then just like, usually right around that time, somebody will send you some random text or, call or, something, whatever it is. And like, and that kind of like just rejuvenates you, like justifies why you're doing it. Like, all right, making a difference in this, at least one person's life, so it's like that, even to that one person caring, like totally put everything in perspective and makes you realize what you're fighting for and stuff and things. So yeah, that's awesome. I get it, man.
It's really nice, I'm sure, to like to hear it, because then it's like, you're not just like kind of shooting off into the void,
right?
Like it's landing, like people hear it and they appreciate it.
I have I have a really I don't know. I feel like it's pretty unique, and I don't take that for granted at all. But I have a friend who even went as far as to tattoo my logo on her arm and stuff, like, which I was like, that's like the highest form of compliment. I feel like, somebody that wants to, put this on their skin forever. So it's like,
right.
It was pretty wild to process that, like just that meant nothing. This show means enough to them that we had to be a part of the. But she has like a whole like music tattoo, sleeve and stuff. So I was like, man, that's really cool.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's awesome.
Now I can't stop because I don't want to let her down.
Yeah, man. We really appreciate all that you've been doing for the community.
Oh, thanks, man.
It's like I wouldn't even know what shows are going on in the nighttime without your broadcasts on the Facebook and everything. And these podcasts, they sound so great and they're so much fun to listen to, and it's always nice to like just hear, like the personal stories of other bands and get in there, and it's cool that you're doing that.
Yeah, well, thank you.
Yeah, totally. It's like you're real treasure, like a St. Louis treasure, like what you do. Well, I mean, like
that.
Regionally, I'm sure like there's something to be said there, but I know people here in St. Louis really appreciate you. I know I appreciate you.
Thank you. Yeah, well, I appreciate you guys.
Yeah,
I have a ton of fun. I mean, there are, like I said, there's times I just get in my own head to think too much, but for the most part, majority of it all, 99% of it all, I'm having the time of my life doing this show. I enjoy meeting all the different people around town and getting to share their stories and songs, and so it's a ton of fun.
Yeah. That's awesome.
So well, let's talk about another tune. This is Francis said was your favorite song on the record. Sad Eyes. Yeah. This again also available digitally everywhere right now, so check that out. But
heart breaks, that's all you can ever give me. It's more than I can take. It's more than I can take. I was only fooling myself. There's no way that you felt the same. So here's a heart to break. Here's a heart to break. You said enough to keep me cool. Said enough to make it through the day. There's something more to say. So hurry, don't delay. Then you broke the news to me. I was blind and I couldn't see. I was carried on by a heart of stone, and I just want to go looking in the mirror, heart about to break. It's more than I can take. It's just so cold this time of year, even more since you've been away. There's something more to say, so hurry, come on, don't leave me hanging around. Too bad, so sad, I can't get you back. The sky's turning gray. I need to cry today, so hurry, don't delay. Then you broke the news to me. I was blind and I couldn't see. I was just carried on by a heart of stone. Well, I just want to go home, 'cause home's where I used to be. Then you broke the news to me. Well, I was blind and I couldn't see. Oh, I was carrying on my heart of stone. I just want to go home, 'cause home's where I used to be.
Why is this in particularly you highlight as your favorite, do you think?
Well, I like it because, like, the name of the album is, like, What is Romance? And I feel like this song really speaks to this because there's two stories happening, I guess, and it's maybe a little, like, it's tragic, maybe not in the way you'd expect. Because the person experiencing this heartbreak, in this case, like, you maybe initially might want to feel bad for them, but maybe you don't if you see right through it at first. But it's very myopic. It's very selfish. So it's like the idea of this song is like when you've kind of like built up something in your mind that's not close to the reality of the situation. You can't tell that someone's like, I don't know, like not where you're at. Like you two are not seeing eye to eye. You know, the relationship isn't what either person thinks it is or whatever. So that's maybe that's personal, you know, maybe that's, and it's something that's happened to me in the past, and it yeah, I mean, it totally is, but like, it's tough.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you like I feel like even though maybe you've not gone through this exact scenario, but like I like when people are able to share their stories and people put it out there, and then they can connect. Others connect. You know, like I said, I'm sure people have reached out saying, "Hey, thanks for sharing those stories or that song or whatever it is."
Yeah.
It's cool when you get those kind of interactions with a fan and friends and things that appreciate you sharing the stories.
I mean, I often feel like that the lyrics maybe are a bit, I don't know. I don't want to say like disjointed or obtuse, but I definitely aspire to create just maybe clearer articulations of these ideas moving forward with writing, and I'm really excited for like the songs that will be written.
Yeah.
It's not to say I don't like the songs that we already have. There are songs that I have thought about like reworking the lyrics for. I don't know how people would feel about that necessarily, but like for me, as these songs move forward, I don't know, in order to make them relevant and because I've changed so much in the last year that some of these lyrics don't necessarily I don't necessarily like feel like I can embody them fully anymore or can really sing them with the same passion. So I don't know. Some changes are probably gonna happen with some of these tunes.
Yeah. But I mean, that's like, I feel that's only natural progression. We're all the goal, the hope to become better people every day. We hope to become better musicians every day and keep getting better. So if everything goes according to plan, a year later, as you look back on these songs, like you're already in a different spot and stuff. So yeah, I can totally get that too. I'm like, but I wouldn't. There's nobody says you can't redo it, re-record it and put it on the next record and stuff, or whatever it is, and totally. As with new lyrics and the 2020 version or whatever it is, and so yeah, but maybe that will happen. But we do have a lot of big shows coming up, closing out this year and kicking off 2020. We have you can come see Brother Francis and the Soultones live December 26th at South Broadway Athletic Club with Nick Gussman and Hunter Hamilton Group, which will be that'll be a huge show for sure.
Oh yeah,
really good time.
It's gonna be awesome. We're really pumped about that one.
Yes, and we got Taylor Perkins will be back on the drum kit with us for that show.
Yes, Taylor Perkins. If anybody out there has been listening to us only for maybe like a few months, like 4 or 5, 6 months, then you might not have seen Taylor on the drums yet. He's the original drummer for the group, and while he was away with an injury, we had Matt Ingram, who really just crushed it, like an amazing drummer. And you can see him doing his solo stuff, and also working with Super Light, playing just various gigs around town, playing with JD Hughes sometimes too.
Yeah.
But really, really great dude. We were super thankful for him, like, committing time and energy to the project, but now that Taylor is healed and back, I don't know, we're excited to see how the sound kind of develops from here.
Yeah. So that's December 26th, South Broadway Athletic Club. The next night, December 27th at Phillip-A-Looza. This is one of my favorite events every year. This is also Phil Wright's become a great friend, but this is in honor of his father, and it goes to support the St. Louis chapter for ALS, also known as Lou Gehrig's disease. So great night for a great cause. If you haven't been yet, and this is your first time, look at this flyer because it's stacked full of all sorts of amazing St. Louis talent.
It's gonna be a party.
2 nights, all kinds of incredible music. So grab them tickets today for that for sure. But that's be at Old Rock House again this year. So come on out to Phillip-A-Looza.
Yeah, I think I heard we're closing out the night. We'll be playing after the Voodoo Players.
Yeah, after Voodoo Almond. Yeah.
And the Almond that show is. I mean, such a great show. They kill it every time with those songs, and I mean they're just that's a lot of the sounds of my youth. Like I grew up. My parents were huge in the Allman Brothers, so like listening to those songs, and and then Carson Mann does a lot of the vocals on that night, and just like it sounds so good. Like, you
got a favorite Allman Brothers too?
I don't know. I mean, like, I really love Whipping Post. I mean,
that's a good one.
You can't, and especially I think Joe sings that one, and like, and he gets into it, but it's just like, it's they're a lot of fun, man. Like, but anyway, Whipping Post, Midnight Rider, of course. I mean. Just like you can go on and on. They're all.
I
great.
like Melissa's. I hope we hear some Melissa that night.
I'm sure you will.
I have a feeling you will.
Yeah. But yeah, that'll be a really good time. And then kicking off 2020, you'll all be over at the Heavy Anchor on January 3rd, the first Friday, and that's with Dr. Slappenstein, who I just met the other day. Had him on the show and had a really good time getting to talk about their brand new record and stuff. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, that's gonna be a really fun show.
Yeah,
played a few shows with Slappenstein. He's a hell of a guy. He's awesome.
Yeah, I mean that's gonna be definitely a funky night. Like I mean, the both your bands going, like it's definitely gonna be entertaining.
Oh yeah. He's always playing with just like really wicked guitar players too, and just like laying down them funky bass lines and. Yeah. I love the
bass on lock.
Yeah, love the songwriting. It's gonna be great.
Yeah. So and everything else you can get involved socially on your Facebook and Instagram pages and find everything Brother Francis and the Soultones. You guys. So I mean, like I said, this record's a few months old now, and but I'm guessing you've already got another batch of songs we're working on and gearing up for some new stuff, maybe?
I think Francis has a catalog of like, we counted it out one day, it's like 30 plus original songs. So, and he's always writing more material as the days go on. So we want to work a lot this year on recording and producing a lot of the songs that he's already written, as well as getting the new ones out. So yeah, we got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, you mentioned some of the duo nights that you'll be doing and stuff, and like you said, that'd be more. That's not really going to be developing those songs, but it'd be more. You said more like ambient stuff you guys are doing, or something, or is that just a different part of the project?
Yeah, so Francis and I are starting to scatter around as well. We don't exactly know what these nights are going to be like when we're going to do the duo stuff at Venice. Like we said, we'd like to keep it open, invite other people that maybe haven't had a chance to play in Venice yet, come and do some stuff. But we also do duo stuff around for like yoga classes, and we actually got a gig that I have to leave a little bit early on this podcast to do some ambient guitar up at Synergy. And Francis will be joining me there. And so we're having fun with music. We don't really like to categorize ourselves or place ourselves into a box because we love so many different genres and varieties of music that it's just experimentation time. I think that's the fun thing about it all.
Yeah. I think that's a beautiful thing with talking about inviting people up to the Venice gig and stuff, because collaboration, man. You never know what weird idea is gonna spark something next, and so it gets exciting to see where it go next and things. So
definitely, and it's always fun to like when we were coming up, people helped us by letting us sit in on gigs and stuff. So it's nice to kind of like carry that tradition and help other people that are up and coming that might need some help getting on a gig or something, or just whatever.
Nice.
Yeah, it's there's a lot of people in this town who really are supporting each other, and I mean I'd like to think we're doing some of that. I definitely want to do more in terms of like working together with the rest of the people in St. Louis who are making music and enjoying music. I know we're all busy, so I know I get busy too with a lot of stuff going on, but make the time, I guess. I want to make the time this year and try and make some more stuff happen. Because none of this stuff matters if it's like just happening in a bubble or just like happening just for you. Like it's really special because it helps people, like, I don't know, feel something. Like music helps you feel feelings, dormant feelings you haven't felt in a long time. I think that's really special, really important. And that doesn't matter if it's not, happening in a social way. And like, so it's like, I don't know, like music's about listening to one another. So I think this year I'm going to try and listen more.
Do you? Yeah, I try to do a lot of that too. Like that, I like just even on the show, just listening to people's stories and things. So yeah, I think there's a lot to be learned from that. Just to open up and listen to more. But you gotta go.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm trying to be as quiet as I can for everybody's eardrums out there. I apologize.
Well, thanks for. Hanging with us.
Thanks for coming out, Shane.
Yeah,
it's a pleasure talking.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna let y'all get intimate with each other now.
Totally. Yeah. I'll see you up there for some like meditative music.
There you go.
Is that E9 right there? That E9.
That is a solid meditation chord right there.
There you go.
See you guys.
All right. See you, buddy.
See you.
Well, I got a couple of questions. I've been asking just some of these random questions and see what happens. And I think these are fun though. To be honest, the inspiration was I've been on Facebook. It started popping up these clips of Ellen on the Ellen show, doing. Burning questions. She get all these celebrities and just asking a bunch of rapid fire questions. And anyway, they were making me laugh. So that's sort of was some of the inspiration in these questions. But first, do you do any celebrity impressions?
Yeah, I've done a few.
Yeah.
I feel like Arnold Schwarzenegger is the one that I really spent the most time on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to hear it?
Well, now after that pitch,
okay. So like, let's say, who is your daddy, and what does he do? And I'm going to ask you a bunch of questions. Answer immediately. Let's see. It's another. What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age. He was Mr. Freeze.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, that is one terrible movie, though.
Yeah, totally. I'm a little out of practice with these impersonations too.
That was good. No, the impression was good, but that movie was one of the worst Batmans for sure. Though
it's up there with worst ones for sure.
It was I don't know, just over the top. With Clooney nipple, Batman nipples and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, the nipples, right? How could I forget? Did you see the video that's all the Freeze puns?
I don't think
Mr. Freeze's puns. So it's like, you just probably could look at it. Yeah, it's easy to find. It's really great though. I mean, like the cool it, cool off, chill, like put Batman on ice.
There's one of my, speaking of Arnold, there's a guy that does the impression on the Stern Show, and his is like so good that so many people like believed it. Like, and Howard doesn't introduce it as an impression. Like, he acts like he's talking to Arnold.
Totally.
And people full on believed it, and he went on saying all this stuff about like that he wanted to blow up the moon because it controlled women's menstruation cycles and stuff, and like all the like so,
oh my God.
Something like that, and like everybody's like, what the hell, and like apparently it made national news, and that like so many people fell for it, but it was all just
that's really wild,
funny comedy. So
that's really wild.
Anyway, but yeah, so there's so big shout out to Arnold Schwarzenegger.
The governor.
Yeah. Do you have a dream duet or collaboration that comes to that you would like to either as a solo artist or the band or something? Anything like come to mind?
Oh, I mean, I think who doesn't dream about having a collaboration with Jacob Baxter?
Yeah.
I don't write like pure, like I don't want to say pure, but like I don't really write a lot of like country music or Americana or anything, but I definitely have an ear for it. Like I love a lot of those sounds, and I don't know if I would maybe think about it as kind of a Rolling Stones type of vibe, but like I like rock and roll. I like writing rock and roll, and I think that there's like some beautiful kind of crossover that exists between our playing. And I think it would be great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's working with Jacob Baxter would be really great. I mean, just like from what I've heard, if I could jam with Tonina, like it would be like, oh my God, are you kidding me? That would be great. But I don't know. It's like a couple people.
I think those are very obtainable goals. We happen to know a lot of the, they're very, they're our neighbors, they're right here. We can, so we can definitely, I'm sure we can make that happen.
Totally. Yeah. I just gotta get out of my cave or whatever. I'm kind of just like upstairs in my room a lot, trying to decompress, but yeah. I'll try and get out more.
Yeah. Well, I like putting it out there though. Just, I feel like it's sort of a, self-fulfilled prophecy, It's like we can put it out there in the universe and see what happens. And
totally.
Is there a song you wish you wrote?
A song I wish I wrote. I always thought about Hendrix's songs back in the day. Like whenever I was younger, I'd always be like, oh my God, I wish I would have wrote that when listening to Hendrix. But I think lately, oh gosh, like the whole Steely Dan catalog, I think. I listen to those songs, I'm like, what magnificent arrangements, and I'm just like immediately like, oh yes, I love everything about this, like all the bass, the guitar, the horns, the just like the songwriting is impeccable, and so many like just monster players played on all those albums and all those tracks. But like one particular song, I think for me, I mean, like I don't know, it's their latest album, which didn't get a lot of like acclaim, but I loved it. It was actually the album that really got me into Steely Dan, was the last one they put out, which was Everything Must Go. And there's a song on there called The Green Book. I wish I had written The Green Book. It's like my favorite tunes.
I'm not familiar with, I know Steely Dan, but I don't know The Green Book, so I'm going to go take a listen.
It's got like a dark melody, and it really like kind of, it's just it's a weird vibe, and I love it.
That you mentioned horns, and I was wondering, like, obviously, having Ryan on the keys, and he, fills up a lot of the sound, creates what he creates with the keys and things. But I think adding horns eventually to especially even to the record, studio stuff, that would be really cool to.
Oh yeah, I definitely agree. I'd love to work, and there are some horns players who I have in mind, and it's just me reaching out, and like I don't know, I don't want to make excuses for being so scatterbrained, but yeah, it's in the works. Yeah. I would love just like 2 horns players or 3 horns players who just crush it, and like could bring some, I don't know, like really creative melodies to the table or whatever. It'd be great.
Yeah,
it'd be great.
Nice. Is there a movie or TV show that you wish you were in? Either you could replace a cast member or just join a cast if you wanted to, or something.
Yeah. Good question. I let's see. I don't know. I kind of want to be. I kind of want to be one of those awful superheroes in The Boys.
Yeah, I've been hearing about The Boys, but I haven't been able to catch it yet.
Binged it all in a single night, and I don't really do that ever.
That's Amazon.
Yeah. I mean, God damn it! I supported Bezos for a second. I signed up for the free trial to watch the series, and then I canceled the trial.
All right.
So I don't know. I mean, like, I don't care. I don't care if people are going to judge me for it, but yeah, I did it. I binged it. It was great. I loved it.
Yeah, I've heard good things. I haven't been able to catch it, though. I need to check that out.
It's funny for a program that espouses this piece, like it really, paints corporate structures in such a negative light, but yet it's only available through one of the largest corporate structures. So it's just funny, right? Like,
Right.
And you get that with like the Black Mirror stuff too. And it's like, it's like the stuff that's like, oh, look how scary technology is, but it's like you watch it on your smartphone.
Right.
It's like really kind of like, I don't know. It's like, what's going on here?
There's a group. Bad Flower. I don't know if you're familiar with them at all, with the kind of more in the modern alternative rock and stuff. But they wrote a song called "The Jester," and it's all about like that, not being able to get radio play, and and all this stuff, like that whole system and things, and like not, and then like and then now that song's #1 on the radio, and it's like, so it's just funny that the irony behind it, that it's written, as basically saying that they don't need the radio, but now the radio now that's the one that gets played on the radio all the time, kind of thing. So it's just so funny how this works like that. And
totally. Wasn't there there was like a Rolling Stones album where they like it was all based on like a fake promoting like of big brands like soup, like Campbell, like I don't know, like a Campbell soup can next to him or something. Like they were doing legit like selling out.
Okay.
I think that, and they were trying to be like maybe like doing like a parody with it or something.
Right.
But, yeah, it's a very interesting relationship between like capitalism and music.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is your strangest fear?
Strangest fear. Okay, so when I was young, I had this fear that it was a waking dream I had when I was probably like 9 or something. I think I was like 9, and I was staring at the back of the house. I was outside. I was just playing, and then all of a sudden, I had this visualization of like a glass thing over my eye, kind of like in Dragon Ball Z, how they got like the little glass reader. I had one of those out of nowhere. I just had one of those, and I was seeing all this stuff showing up on it, and then all of a sudden, it started looking inside me, and it saw something it didn't like, and it like reported it up. And then I was to be terminated because there's something wrong with me. And so I guess that's my biggest fear. It's like a fear of getting terminated because there's something wrong with me in accordance to some kind of technocratic future. Strangest fear, right? That was so yeah, that's it. That's
So that stuck with you all these years?
Oh, yeah. Well, that stuck with me because of the way things have moved.
Right.
Because, like, now it's like that's kind of there's this whole, like, techno-futuristic kind of, like, narrative or idea that you hear going around. And like, to me, it's like, oh, yeah, I experienced this when I was 9. Like, it's not going to end well. But, like, I mean, of course, I'm like, I don't think I'm a prophet. I don't think I'm, like, prophesizing things. But I also don't necessarily think time is linear.
Yeah.
And I'm not putting it outside the realm of possibility that I've, like, experienced time in different ways or, whatever.
Basically, you're just telling us that you're John Connor.
Yeah, John Connor. I'm here to tell you the robots are going to take over the world. Absolutely.
What's a song that always gets stuck in your head?
Song that always gets stuck in my head. Let's see. I had Pata Pata stuck in my head for weeks at a time, and it was like, I don't know if you know Pata Pata.
I don't think I know this.
It's Miriam, and I can't pronounce her last name, but Miriam, and it's like Pata Pata time, and I don't necessarily, I don't know the words either, but I know what I think they sound like, and that's what goes in my head, and there's just something, I don't know, like just entrancing about the melody in the song, and I love it.
Yeah, I listen to a lot of comedy. One of my favorites, Matt Bronger, had a bit, and I totally connected with it because it's exactly what I do too. He was talking about like he gets these songs stuck in his head, and I think in the joke he used the Billy Joel Piano Man as the reference, and but he says like he only gets like one line of it stuck in it, and it'll be like repeating, and then he's like it's almost so he keeps repeating it until he goes mad, and then he ends up like techno remixing it in his brain, and it's like and like I definitely do a lot of that. Like I get these like fragments of a song just like over and over, like
that's totally it. Yeah. It's like you just get one line or something and you repeat it and you feel a little crazy about it. I definitely I know that feeling. Oh gosh. But see, the thing is I think I gotta watch it because I'll start singing it when I'm like at work. I'll just start singing this line. I'm like I'm now thinking about that.
Yep.
Ooh.
Yep.
Like, yeah.
I've definitely been there.
Oh gosh, that's
funny. Let's see. I say we close this out with a little live jam. What do you think about that?
Oh, that sounds great.
We gotta pack it up and get going. But this has been a ton of fun. I really appreciate you doing this.
Yeah.
Big thanks to Jacob for hanging out too.
Yep.
So again, find everything Brother Francis and the Soultones on your Facebook and Instagram. Grab the record What Is Romance wherever you're getting digital music at today, and keep an eye out. Hopefully we'll have more physical copies coming to a show near you.
Cool. That one goes out to my mom. It's her favorite song I've written. Oh, that's for you, Mom. Hey, now take a look out at the stars and tell me what is it you see, and do you see our history, and do you know just where you are, and do you know that you're a star in somebody's sky, and somebody turn on the light, 'cause everyone should get a chance to shine. Back in the day when I was small, I'd count the stars, I'd count them all. And even though they're far away, on quiet nights you could hear them say, do you know that you're a star in somebody's sky, and somebody turn on the light, 'cause everyone should get a chance to fly. Music, music, to remind us that we're alive. Music, 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 to remind us that we're alive. Music, 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 to remind us that we're alive. Music, 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 to remind us that we're alive. Music is what we need, what we need.
set us free. Set us free, it's what we need to remind us we're alive. Music is what we need to set us free. Set us free, it's what we need to remind us we're alive. Music is what we need to set us free. Set us free is what we need to remind us that we're alive. And somebody tell me what's right. Everyone should get a chance to fly. Take a look out at the sky, the constellations in your eyes. You are beautiful to me. I just hope that you can see, yeah. And do you know that you're a star in somebody's sky, somebody's sky? The current is strong, it carries us on, and as far as we think we've come, there's always so much left to learn. The ancients have tried to leave things behind. Well, I'd say that it's about time that we lost this foolish pride.
Rock Paper Podcast. Rock Paper Podcast. Rock Paper Podcast.
Rock Paper Podcast.
Well, yeah, that was it.